When we first started this show, this was, we're getting into our, I think, fifth year or so. Innovation was obviously still at the forefront, but it was still, there was a lot of talk. It wasn't quite as, I would say, there was the first to be second. I'd pretty much have to hear it on every second interview that I did. People don't even say it anymore. Now I keep bringing it up, so I keep bringing it back. I should probably stop. But it does seem to me, and maybe this is wrong, but it seems to me from the interviews I've done and the people I talk to, that sort of hesitation on innovation, that culturally seems to have changed in mining, or at least somewhat. What are your thoughts on it?
So I think you have to move forward. Okay, so fire assay is a good example.
Yeah.
Especially with our labs. So we still do fire assay, and fire assay is thousands of years old. There are new technologies, and for gold specifically, it just hits such a sweet spot. So you're talking about turnaround times in minutes, not hours that you would take to do a fire assay. We're talking about reducing lead or eliminating lead from the fire assay. That's just technology at work, using science, right? Physics to check for gold rather than using this old method of melting it down and looking at how much gold was in there. So that technology is never going to go away. Things are always going to go that direction, and we need to do it both for the bottom line as well as for the environment.
What is
the other innovation that I'll mention is it's getting harder and harder in North America. What's been kind of new to Capital is there's not enough people here to do the work.
Yeah.
And labor rates are going up and up. And I don't know what the answer to that is, but certainly part of our innovation is looking at how can we do things smarter and do things, without all the middlemen in the place. Can we do drilling remote? Can we do, rather than getting your data and typing it into another system, can we just let that data go from the drill into the system on the dashboard and just manage by exception in there and not have to hire an army of people to do all that work?
What stage is that at? Is that fully implemented in some cases? Is it how much further or another way to ask it is how much further could that kind of technology go?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the capability is fully there. I don't think there's any physics or challenges in the technology that need to be solved. I think it's just from here on, it's getting used to it. It's learning to use it. And, honestly, getting some of this is regulated where the number of people on a drill, say, is regulated. So you've got to be able to get not only ourselves, but our clients and regulators comfortable with this. So everybody says, yes, I see how that works. I'm not afraid of the robot with the big drill coming at me.
Right. So you're kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're kind of alluding to that if let's say a regulation says, well, 3 people need to be on this site, but then you invest in a technology that gets it down to 2 people, you still have to have 3 people, even though you've invested in this technology.
Yep. Until you talk to them, until they understand it, they accept it, maybe change the regulations. That's the way it works.
Well, that's sort of a sister to that question would be when you've invested in assets over years, drill assets and training and everything. Now do you run into situations where as the innovation accelerates, you have companies that go, okay, well, we need this, this, and this. And now it's like to deploy the operation, you need to invest in a whole bunch of new sort of technology and gear and retrofitting. Is that part of sort of the I guess the challenge of today's world once this innovation really starts to accelerate? If that makes sense. That might not be an issue at all. I'm just more curious.
It's equipment always wears out. You're always replacing units. So to some extent, I mean, that may help slow it down as well. But like I say, the technology is not going away. We're not going to go backwards in technology ever. So it's there and it will, whether or not Capital pushes it, it'll eventually happen. With us pushing it, we kind of are able to control our destiny there.